We are continuing on with lesson 18, part 3. Lesson 18 is triangle theorem. In any polygon, a remote interior angle is the interior angle that is not adjacent to a given exterior angle. Wow, that is a lot of vocab words. Let's go through each of those in order. So remote, when I think about remote, so this is like a remote control. It's so that you don't have to walk up to your TV and hit the button on the side of the screen. System's far away. Right? Interior, remember we've been talking about interior. So this is when we have, so it's couches and tables. So it's on the inside. So using that information that we have, using those connections that we have made and will continue to use, if we have a remote interior angle, that means it is an angle on the inside that is far away. So that's in any polygon. So is an interior angle that is not adjacent. Adjacent means right next to. So once again, it is something that it is not right next to a given exterior angle. Exterior angle is once again on the outside. This is when you're talking about trees and bushes. In triangles, every exterior angle has a special relationship to its two remote triangles. So this is what's important here is that it's specifically in triangles. This is not something that is this case for all polygons. This is something that is special specifically to triangles. So the exterior angle theorem says that the measure of each exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the measures of its two remote interior angles. And that kind of makes sense, right? Because right here we have B, C, A, and I guess I don't know if you can see that. A, C, D. Those two angles form a linear pair. That means that they are supplementary. Well, we also, supplementary means that they equal 100, when they add together, they make 180. So we have measure of angle B, C, A plus the measure of angle A, C, B is equal to 180. So they form a linear pair. We also know that measure of angle B plus the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle ACB is equal to 180. Well, we can use the transitive property to go through here, and we can say that measure of angle DCA plus measure of angle ACB is equal to the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle ACB. Well, we know we can use the subtraction property to subtract out and measure of angle ACB. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other, so we can subtract out the measure of angle ACB. They're the same angle. This cancels out, and we're left with the measure of angle DCA. ECA is equal to the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B, which is exactly right there. That's a theorem. So using the exterior angle theorem, we have for triangle XYZ determine the measure of WYZ. WYZ. So for this, we want to use the remote angle theorem to say that, I like this blue. Cool. We know that measure of angle x plus the measure of angle z is equal to, oh no. We know that that is equal to the measure of angle W, Y, Z. All right, we know the measure of angle X, the measure of angle X is 70. Plus we know the measure of angle Z, the measure of angle Z is 50. But we don't know the measure of angle W, Y, Z. 70 plus 50 is 120. That is equal to the measure of angle W, Y, Z. Now it's asking you to find part B. So it's determine the measure of angle P in triangle PQR. So we're looking for this measure right there. Well, we know we can use that exact same thing. We can use the remote angle theorem to say that 48 degrees is equal to 32 degrees plus whatever the measure of angle P is. So now we have a plus 32 degree. The way to get rid of a plus 32 is to subtract 32. Subtract 32. Cancels. Left with is equal to the measure of angle P. 8 minus 2 is 6. 4 minus 3 is 1. So the measure of angle P is 16. Now let's go to the next slide. Wow, there's a lot of these. All right, so in triangle ABC, determine the measure of DAB. So we're looking for DAB. How's that angle right there? So we know that because of the remote angle theorem, that the measure, so this is equal to measure of angle DAB is measure of angle C plus measure of angle B. So we don't know what the measure of angle DAB is. Angle DAB is equal to C is 37 plus B is 28. Now we can combine our like terms. We have measure of angle DAB is equal to 7 plus 8 is 15. We drop the 5 and regroup our 10 ones into 10s. 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 6. Measure of angle DAB is 65 degrees. In triangle JKL, angle K measures 60 degrees and the exterior angle at vertex L measures 100 degrees. Make a sketch of triangle JKL showing the given interior and exterior angle measures. So for this, we have description, and once again, the easiest way of approaching geometry, if there is no pictures, to draw a picture. So we have triangle JKL. Start off drawing J, K, L. So K is equal to 60 degrees. 60 degrees. And then the line with L is 100 degrees. We did E. F says determine the measure of angle J in JKL and probably E. So now we use the information we have, so we know that 100 is equal to 60 plus measured angle J. We have a plus 60 to get rid of a plus 60, we subtract 60, minus 60. So 40 degrees has to equal the measure of angle J. A planned glass pyramid structure has four triangular faces. The angles at the base of each face are congruent. Each of the angles at the apex of the pyramid measures 60 degrees. What are the measure of the congruent base angles? So if the angles of the base are congruent, that means we just have angle angle A as the apex, plus if the two at the base are same, we can have 2 times the measure of the base angles. And we know that equals 180. So we know that the apex is 68. So 68 plus 2 times the measure of angle B is equal to 180. The last thing happened to the measure of angle B before it became 180 is we added 68. So we're going to add 68, we subtract 68 minus 68. This will cancel out relative to 2 times the measure of angle B is equal to 8 minus 0. We can't do, so we need to regroup. We regroup one of our 8 tens into 7 tens and 10 ones. 10 minus 8 is 2. 7 minus 6 is 1. 1 minus 0 is 1. Now to get rid of a multiply by 2, we would divide by 2. Divide by 2. We have the measure of the base angle is equal to 1 divided by 2 is 1. 11 divided by 2 is 5. The remainder of 1. 12 divided by 2 is the measure of the base angle is 50.